In this video, I'm going to take a look at the recent State of AI in Business 2025 report that was published by MIT just recently and picked up quite a bit of media traffic because of one of the key data points that came out of it, which was that 95% of generative AI projects had resulted in zero return on investment. And before this gives you the pessimism or the lack of confidence that you should be driving forwards with your own AI initiatives, I want to pull out a couple of data points from that report. And the question is not whether you should be driving forwards into generative AI, but how you go about doing that. So this is the report, Generative AI Divide, the State of AI in Business 2025. And I'm going to put the link to the PDF, the 26 pages or so, in the bottom of this video in the description. And this is the chart that got a lot of people overly excited in a bad way. Just showing the steep drop from pilots in generative AI down to what has been successfully implemented. And what you can see here in the light blue is where people have built out a specific use case, either by rolling their own models, by fine-tuning models, by buying specific AI tools that have been built around a specific task or process. Only 5% of the companies interviewed were able to say that it was successfully implemented and demonstrated a return on investment. Now, this contrasts quite significantly with the dark blue, which is where people are using general purpose LLMs. So here we can think about use cases that are in ChatGPT, or maybe Gemini, or Copilot, or Claude, where people are using projects or GPTs to be able to enhance a current process. So the headline from the report was 95% of LLM implementations don't demonstrate ROI, but that was for a very specific scenario. So now let's take some more positives out of this report and have a look at this difference, this divide that the report talks about between those that are getting success and those that are not. So this is a very interesting chart. This shows in the light blue the percentage of companies who've purchased an LLM subscription at 40%. So here we're thinking about a company that has rolled out Copilot, Gemini, maybe they've purchased a ChatGPT team or enterprise. So only 40% of companies have done that. Now in the dark blue, employees that use LLMs regularly, well, this is 90%. So 9 out of 10 of every employee is using AI daily in their work. So how can that be if only 40% of companies have bought a tool and yet 90% of employees are using it? Well, it's because they're bringing their own. They've already got ChatGPT or Claude or Grok or DeepSeek on their phones, and this is the tool that they're using. And I'd even say that difference is even starker because out of the 40% of companies that purchased an LLM subscription, a good proportion of that is going to be Copilot usage or Gemini usage. And I would bet that a significant portion of the employees in those companies are still using their own ChatGPT license on their phone or personal laptop. And why do they do that? Well, they do that because it's just better. These are the top 3 reasons that they're providing about why users are using a generic LLM, so ChatGPT or the tool they've got on their phone, versus something that is integrated or provided by the company or a vendor. Well, I just trust it more. I'm already familiar with the interface. The answers are just frankly better. If your employees are already using ChatGPT for their home life, for family, for health, for sport, they're already using it in other use cases within their work environment, then when it comes to actually using it for your specific workflow or process, they're just going to use the tool that they're comfortable using rather than the one that you have built. The report includes this specific case study, this scenario, which I think is a great example of the broader problem. They spoke to a lawyer whose company had already purchased an AI tool, spending $50,000 a year on this AI specific tool. And the lawyer says, our purchased AI tool provided rigid summaries with limited customization options. With ChatGPT, I can just guide the conversation, iterate until I get exactly what I need. The fundamental quality difference is noticeable. ChatGPT consistently produces better outputs, even though our vendor claims to use the same underlying technology. So if you're this lawyer and then the next bit of work comes up, which tool are you picking up? Are you picking up the $20 or $30 ChatGPT license that gives you exactly what you want? Or are you going through this more highly restricted and processed tool that doesn't give you what you want? And we're seeing this situation play out across companies, across different roles, across different levels of seniority, where employees are voting with their fingers and using the tool that they already have. So what's our recommendation based on this? Firstly, pick an enterprise LLM. Now, I would say ChatGPT Team or Enterprise is going to be the right one for most companies, but you could be choosing Claude, you could be choosing Gemini or Copilot, whatever it is, pick one and roll it out to your entire company base. Do not encourage people to use the tools they've already got on their phone. Train your employees on how to use it. Using these tools is one of the biggest change management programs that your company will have been on since you rolled out the internet and email. If you just give people the tool and ask them to figure it out, they will only scratch the surface of what these tools are capable of. And then thirdly, align your IT team, instead of building your own models and fine-tuning your own models, to support your employees on some of the pro user capabilities that you get in ChatGPT or others. How to build and use projects with memory, how to build and share GPTs with other teams or with your customers and prospects, how to build custom actions that allow ChatGPT to get information from other systems and to put information in other systems, how to build basic web apps to be able to expose your AI workflows and processes to your prospects, customers, and partners. With these three, you will help accelerate what you're doing and get yourself out of that 95% failure rate and much more success from your AI use cases. So if you need any more help, then I'd encourage you to explore Koala. Koala acts as your digital chief AI officer, helping AI leadership teams and CEOs with everything from defining your AI strategy and vision through to picking and deploying and managing the right AI tools, and then planning and deploying that organizational-wide change enablement program. You can sign up for free at koala.com and get 5 free chats. Hope that was helpful, and you can download that full MIT report on the link that's included in the description of this video.